to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you so much for talking to us today. So tell us, why are you here today?
Well, I live close to here. That's one of the reasons. But the other reason, I'm one of the co-founders of this 26 years ago. In those days, bikers had some people in Durango that did not understand motorcycles, and they didn't want bikers here. So the local sheriff in those days, the newspaper in those days, and the town manager, they didn't want us around.
Wow.
But we did it anyway.
You're the underdog.
Yeah. I think that first year, Mike Lovato and I worked all over the country. Went to Laughlin, River Run, we went to Sturgis, to other places, handed out flyers and mailers and so on. I think we had like 2,000 or something that first year after we worked all year. But now, 2,000 is a drop in the bucket. They get 20,000 or more now.
Wow. And you've been in politics forever. I'm really fascinated by your career because at one point you actually switched parties. You were once a Democrat, then you turned Republican. Explain how that happened.
Oh, I don't, I guess, I think my age group, you tended to be whatever your mom and dad was.
Right.
So my mom and dad were Democrats, old-time Democrats, which means labor Democrats, working Democrats.
They were very different back then.
They weren't environmentalists or eccentric left-wing type they have now. Different people. So I kept getting people that would be upset with me because I didn't vote more and more liberally, but it wasn't me. So, and as you know, bikers tend to be pretty conservative. They're very pro Second Amendment and pro freedom of life, and so I got a little bit of heat when I changed, but I'm the second person in Colorado history that's won a U.S. Senate seat as a Democrat and as a Republican.
Wow! So what was the switch like? You actually took a lot of your fan base or supporters over on the other side. How did that work?
Well, some of them didn't care. I've always been a labor guy, so the steel workers, the iron workers, the carpenters, they all supported me no matter what I was. They didn't care what party it was. They cared how I voted. And I had a good voting record for them, so they didn't mind.
And when did you retire?
I've forgotten. I think about 4 or 5 years ago. I never lost a race. I won as a Democrat and as I won a Republican, so I could have stayed in. But my family stayed here in Ignacio, so I was commuting to Washington every damn week. Flights and delays, and all the way to D.C., turn around, come all the way back, get home Saturday night at 10 or 11 at night, dead tired, have to be up Sunday and out of here heading back to D.C.
Wow.
It just burned me out.
And so what was one of your biggest achievements that you're happy as your time on politics?
I think the National Museum of the American Indian, I wrote the legislation that authorized that museum in Washington, D.C.
When was that passed?
And I forgot the year now. But I also was a Korean War vet, so I was one of the sponsors of the Korean War Memorial. The soldiers are walking and...
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So I did a lot for veterans, and I think I did a lot for bikers. I passed the legislation that allowed them not to wear helmets if they didn't want them.
That must have been very controversial at the time.
Oh yeah, it was. But what the hell? I believe in freedom. To me, that's a choice you make. If you get hurt, that's also part of your choice, And
so what was it like being both Portuguese and Native American? I mean, that's two different, a lot of similarities, but very different.
Yeah, but I think over half American Indians now are half Indian and half something else.
Right.
It's a lot of them.
We're all mixed now. We're all mutts.
Yeah, that's right. We're all mutts. A lot of Hispanic people are white and Hispanic or something else, There's people that are black and white, both. So I think it's what's in your heart and how you live, not how many drops of blood you have of one color or the other. And I always had a very strong voting record for Native Americans and for labor groups too, like the carpenters and the steel workers and so on, So I did what I thought was right at the time. It didn't hurt me. I kept winning. So, in fact, I never lost a race ever. Primary, general, I never lost a race. but I just sort of burned out, being gone all the time and tired all the time, and always had a sniffles or a cold or something, you know.
Right, that's taxing on
Finally,
your body.
I said to my wife, I just don't know if I can do it anymore. She said, well, come on home. She stayed here with the kids all those years.
And you guys always were based in Colorado?
Yeah, ever since I first ran in politics, I've always been lived here.
But you were in San Jose for a little bit. I know it's a California connection.
Yeah, I was born in California. I lived out there and worked out there and moved back here to Colorado. My dad was from here. My wife's family was from here. So we came back here. I even forgot what year, maybe 76 or something. I forgot when it was. But I got here, right after I got here, I wasn't really looking for a job, but I brought some horses with me and kept them in the arena down here. And the tribe asked me about if I'd be interested in going to work for them. So I said, okay. So that's how I started with the tribe. When my wife got back here, she wasn't here 2 days in the Department of Education here in Ignacio. They contacted her and asked her if she'd like to teach school here. So she did. So we weren't really looking for jobs. We just got them offered to us, so we took them.
Well, this is great. This is my first year here at this rally. I'm really excited to be here. And how excited are you about how it's grown from when you started it 26 years ago?
I think it's great. When we started it, we had some enemies that did not understand motorcycling and didn't want anybody to do it. The town manager in Durango, the owner of the newspaper, and the county sheriff absolutely hated bikers. So we had to deal with that, you know. Well, a lot of the BS that went on and the accusations about how bad we were, you know, we had to prove ourselves, and I think bikers did. Now, the Department of Business of Fort Lewis College, they did an economic impact statement about how much bikers contribute to the community. Over $1 million a year, motorcyclists contribute to the local economy.
Wow, that's impressive. Really?
Goes in the motels, the restaurants, and, you know, money talks. And when people realized how much money it was bringing, they began to change their attitude about bikers. And we said in the beginning, we're not going to discriminate against patch holders. So we would always have a meeting at the beginning between the patch holders, the Hells Angels, the different groups. And we asked them to meet before the rally started and work out any differences they have. And they did that.
And it's been peaceful the 26 years, right?
Yeah. We don't do it anymore because we don't seem to need it.
That's so awesome. Well, wow, you've made so many changes in that time that you've been here. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. This is your actual, the Four Corners.
Yeah.
Wow, and you have one. What do we have to do to get one of those?
I gotta work there 30 years.
Oh my goodness, I got a few more years.
So Katie and Susie have been here since day one.
They won.
Well, that is.
He's our leader.
So this is the team. This is the team behind.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so
Man
cool.
behind the throne. He did it.
And that's what's great about this community. It really is a team, and people just don't even know how loyal and loving. It's a
Oh,
family.
yeah.
This is family,
And
right?
from the beginning, we said any money we make is going to go to charity. So nobody gets any money from it, even
So what's
now.
the charities that's going on this year for this?
You know, hey, Katie,
Well, we want to know what's the charities for this year, for this rally that you guys are contributing
Jerry
to.
Wolf. What?
No, what's the charities for this year, for this rally?
No, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. That would be Trevor.
they meet after the rally's over and kind of decide how much they have left after all the expenses are and what charities you go to.
Well, in the past, what are some of the charities you guys have done?
Oh God.
There's
Back in
so
the day,
26
we did-
years. I can only
we did
imagine.
The Special Olympics, Make a Wish, the Boys and Girls Clubs, local
Those are all the
shelters,
best ones.
the
Veterans, a lot of
the
veteran stuff.
veterans.
Well, we have it.
A lot of
Yeah.
So
veterans-
how long did you serve?
Well, I was always a volunteer. I
Okay.
didn't want to serve as an elected official because I was afraid if something
He was
went
our
wrong,
liaison.
they always blame whoever was office, right?
Exactly.
That damn senator, I knew he was crooked, right? So
Right.
I never would have anything to do with the money.
Well, I actually met how long when you served when you were serving when you were in the military.
I was in the Air Force
You were in the Air
in
Force.
Korea during the Korean War,
Okay.
long time ago.
And then you got politics after.
I dropped out of high school and joined the Air Force.
Did you lie about your age or everything was?
Well, I had just turned 17. so
Did your
I didn't-
parents know? Or you tell them after the
My
fact?
dad was off drinking, and he had been a World War I veteran. I had 3 cousins in World War II, so we were always a military family. But my mother wasn't thrilled when I joined the Air Force, but I did it anyway. She kind of came around after a while.
I know your kids, grandkids. Are they still here? Did they move out? What's going on with
Well,
them?
they're gone. They both went to college at Fort Lewis College. One has a software company up in Denver, and our daughter has art galleries here, Santa Fe, and New York City.
Oh my! I'd love to visit some of those.
She travels a lot.
I would love to visit those. What's the main art that she focuses
She
on?
carries everything. She carries a lot of Native American art,
Like painting, sculptures.
Kevin Red Star is a pro painter, but she being the owner, she's not there every day because she goes from one to the other to run the business. And I don't go there every day either. I go once in a while. You can't be in a gallery and be making it too. You can't do both. You're either a painter, artist, or you're a salesman. But you try to do both, you can't. There's not enough time to do them.
Right.
So I still go in my shop every morning, usually by 5:30 or 6 in the morning. And if the weather's real bad, I stay there all day. But if the weather's good, I'll work for maybe till 10 or 11.
You're still working. You're supposed to be retired.
Well, I'm not retired from life, and jewelry and art was my life.
And this wonderful rally you created.
Yeah.
And I love that you still make it every year.
Yeah, I can't write anymore. I've had too many back operations and heart operations. I've had 3 heart operations, 3 back operations, and writing takes some skill. And when you have that many operations, you're lucky to be standing up, let alone riding motorcycles.
Right.
So I don't ride anymore, but I still love the biker community.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us today. It's been a real treat, and thank you for creating this. And we get to all enjoy something you created a long time ago. I really appreciate that.
Good. Have you got on one of those bikes and tried to grab that weenie yet?
Oh my gosh, is this a challenge? I'm down for it. If you get me on the back of someone's bike, I will grab the weenie.
Well, we can get you a ride if you want to try it.
Thank you so much. It was really good to meet you.
Nice to see you. Oops, excuse me, sorry. Good to see you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for chatting with me today. Okay, so tell us what you have going on in October.
Well, we are in Aztec, New Mexico, which is adjacent to Farmington, New Mexico, in the northwest corner of New Mexico. We have got the Aztec Highland Games coming in October 5th and 6th. Kickoff party is the 4th.
What's the Aztec Highland Games?
It is a Celtic festival with heavy athletes that come in. They compete from all over the country, specifically this region. This year we are hosting the national women lightweight under 50 pounds, and we are bringing them in from New York, from Montana, from all over the country, and it's going to be, they're the champions of the nation, and they compete internationally. So this year, not only is it our 14th year, but this year it's elevated because we're bringing in those champions.
So is this something you do every year in the same location?
Yes, it is in Aztec, New Mexico, and Riverside Park, and it's a very popular large park. We not only have athletes there, we have got 2 stages of Celtic bands and music. We've got a dance competition coming in. We've got over 80 vendors that are in there, and it's a 3-day event. So we have got, and it's jam-packed.
So do we buy tickets? How do we? Okay.
You go. I'll say it real quick. It's a long one. It's www.aztechhighlandgames.com. You can purchase your tickets. You can purchase them at the door. If you'd like to be an athlete, come on down.
Does that count for all 3 days?
It does.
Oh, that's cool.
And
okay.
Friday night, they've typically had a exclusive Friday night for the vendors and the sponsors and stuff. And we opened it up to all of our biker friends last year and tore that place up. We had street tacos made for some of our friends, and they loved it. So we're doing a repeat this year.
And people are really coming from all over the world?
They come from all over the country, and yes, the world, a handful.
Well, because you have that kilt. So are people wearing kilts?
Oh, required to wear kilts.
Oh my goodness.
We have clans that come in. Oh, And then is there anything under them? I don't know.
Well, wait, were we doing bikers? So the bikers are wearing kilts?
The bikers,
That's really interesting.
No, and they do, and now my volunteers are all buying them up because the same volunteers I do. I'm the events coordinator for the city of Essex.
Okay, so how did you get this going in that town?
Well, it's just some people, and I just acquired it last year, so this is my second year.
Oh, wow, okay.
But it has been evolving for 14 years, and it's just a regional competition.
So for 14 years it has been in
it
that
has
area?
been the
Okay.
same thing, and now it's bigger, and I'm pretty much focused on it, where those were more volunteers. They're all professional people that put them together, but they just have, limited time to put it together, and I'm pretty focused, and so it's turning out to be huge, and marketing, of course, is our biggest thing, and our sponsors are very highly regarded. And
so who are some of the sponsors?
Some of the sponsors happens to be this year's Desert Mountain Corporation. We've got Skyu Casino, which is right here in Ignacio, and then we've got long-term sponsors, Cozy Homes, that have been sponsoring for years because they know how expensive it is. We pay for flights for our judges because it's a sanctioned event.
How do you get to be a judge?
Well, you have got to be a professional Celtic athlete.
Wow.
And our MC is from Scotland, and he's world renowned. And so we've got some high dollar coming in. We put up their bedding, their lodging. We put up their.
So what do you get if you win?
Well, you go into basically a score and a national score, and then you compete internationally.
Wow.
It's kind of like poker. It's kind of like a poker game.
Do they televise this thing? I've never heard of this. I'm really fascinated.
I know. Well, they have them. We're one region, but they have them in Moab, Grand Junction, Albuquerque. They've got them in every city. And if you know the culture at all about the Scottish, you know that those people, what really happened is when the English took over the Scottish country, they took it from them. And they took their weapons, they took their food, they took their money. So they learned to fight and defend themselves with the logs and rocks and all that. This is almost like a, decathlon. These athletes, these are some serious athletes, men and women, and they come into town and they're
And all ages?
They are all ages.
That is so cool.
Minimum, I think we've let in some 18-year-olds with their families,
But there's no age limit to how old you can be?
No, and we had an 80-year-old woman win her national award last year at our competition.
How exciting. Oh my
God.
God.
And you as an athlete you compete in 10 different like the sheet toss or the caber toss.
Imagine getting beat by the 80-year-old woman.
You say yes ma'am to those women.
God, I can see that. They're probably way more hardcore than people half their age.
But we had our fire chief actually, or some kind of coordinator with the San Juan County Fire. And she just came in and competed. She won gold in a couple of the events. So she did good. And then I have local people making my medals. I try to go local with our sponsors, but we've got sponsors coming in from California, or not the sponsors, vendors coming in from all over the country because they cater to the Celtic organization. So.
And how does that help the revenue for the town?
It's wonderful. We try to book everything in town.
Right.
The grocery seats and whatnot, but it's just a flurry of, and all of my bands have to come in they come in from all over the region, and they're pipe bands, and I don't know if you're interested in that.
That is so cool.
But I've got
what about river dancing? Do you guys have that?
No, but I have one band that's coming in, and they're from Durango. They're coming in this year, and they've got a lady that, it's not square dancing, but it's kind of like that. They're kind of teaching people how to group dance to the Celtic music. So we also have a dance competition that comes in, and it's a Celtic Highland dance, and those little girls are beautiful, and they dance, and they have to get their awards, and it's a wonderful event all day long.
So how many people are you expecting? What was like last year?
Last year we had 2,000. Of course, I'm trying to bump that up because
that's still a lot of freaking people.
Well, it is over 3. I know, but they just keep coming in. But the music, a lot of it's music people that like the bands. A lot of it's the athletics, and bringing that in this year will be amplified because of our national competition. And then the little girls that come in with their dance. It's in all the dance studios, and those little girls, and they have a workshop for them. So it's just a pleasure. This year I have an axe throwing vendor
Oh, how
coming
fun.
in, and I'm kind of leaning on a little more Renaissance, so people can come in costume.
I was thinking about that too when you first said that. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, so this is really like a wide range. You got Renaissance people, you got athletes, you've got a lot of people
Right,
that.
and when they started it, it was primary athletic, and they wanted to keep it real serious. But I'm the total opposite person. I'm very inclusive. I invited the Renaissance people. They come, they bring a little costume. We have Mary Queen of Scots, which is a court, and she represents. She comes kind of Renaissance-y, and she wants to knight the kids, and we want to start the folklore, so the young ones understand what's going on, because the Scottish culture, they almost eliminated them, and they brought them over here to North Carolina and back east. These events are monster back east. Monster.
So how did you get involved in this? What's your background?
Long story. I put on good parties, flat out.
That's all you need, but that's really cool. So you're the networker. I'm like a networker at my town. You're the networker of your town. I love that.
No, when it's just Aztec, and actually I'm a retired technical person. I mean, so.
Oh wow, you went from a boring job to a fun job.
Well, yeah, but it's very logistically. What I'm doing now is a lot of logistics.
No, that's a lot of work.
But I ended up putting on Oktoberfest. The city of Aztec is kind of in a crossroads between northern New Mexico and southern.
So wait, you
Colorado.
do this and Oktoberfest?
Well,
you have two big events in October.
I
Wait,
did.
what?
The chamber took Oktoberfest, but I support them.
Because I was like, that's a little too much.
So
because
it
that's
is.
huge,
Agreed.
and this is huge.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And that's big, and it's turned out to be a huge, huge festival. But I did that for 2-3 years, and they finally offered me this little. It's a part-time job for me, but but I put on big old parties for the city of Essex.
Wow. Okay. Do you have? I know you said for this event. Do you have like social media that we can follow and see what events you have put on?
Well, I do. Well, yes, I do. It's called Events in Aztec.
Okay.
But and I'm also. You can find us on AztecHighlandGames.com. We have our website.
So events in Aztec, so we can see beyond like the other events that you have.
The other events I do.
That's what I want to get.
But I help the chamber and I help the museum because I've got. Like I said, I'm very inclusive, so you want to share.
Well, and I think that's why we want to see it, because some people might be traveling here at certain times, so they would say, "What should I be doing? What's cool?" Because I'm gonna be busy at that event, but I would love to come to other events like that.
I would love to come. We did a little pet parade this year, which was real impromptu.
Was that?
Oh my gosh! Well, we just invited the paws only, because I was afraid of too much. Horses. I didn't want horses and chickens together with the dogs.
Okay.
But it turned out to be amazing.
So what was it?
It was a little pet parade, and we had all our vendors.
So cool.
Had all of our vendors were pet related.
So they were going down, and we're like everyone was watching. I love that.
And it turned out we probably had over 100 little dogs. And most of them
were they dressed up?
Some of them were. Those are the ones that won. A lot of them weren't. But all of our vendors came in for free. I don't have budgets, but they came in for free, and then all the doggies, and then they made doggy treats and face painted and took their pictures. It was so cute.
So I was a judge for a pet competition like that, where there was pets and costume for Halloween costumes. The people are really creative.
They are. and this was in April, which was kind of a kickoff. Actually, we did it on 4/20, and I thought that was funny. But I didn't have my CBD lady there. She didn't quite make it in.
Oh my gosh.
So it was just fun. So I just do small things, and I do a nice little car show, and then I do a...
What time of year is that usually in the car show?
The car show's in May, and then we did National Night Out, which is a national police organization.
Okay.
Then in our city did National Night Out, and we included the county, San Juan County, and the city of Bloomfield. So we really brought it in, and that turned out to be huge too.
Wow.
And my radio stations are supporting me. They're just saying, here, we'll give you a live radio.
Yeah, you're the live of the party. What else is going on in town except for your event? And is it too late to be a vendor? If somebody still wants to be a vendor for the October event, can you or no?
For my Aztec Highland Games? Yes, you can.
Okay.
And you submit it. Again, it's online. It's Aztec or www.aztechhighlandgames.com. You select vendor, athlete, sponsor, volunteer.
And we can just pay it like a fee to be a vendor.
Yeah, they'll just submit it.
Okay.
She doesn't bring them all in, because sometimes your crocheted it doesn't quite fit the culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing against them.
Right.
Now,
there's a time and a place for each.
And you wouldn't probably profit there. So, but we've got big ones come in, and they're professional vendors, and they come in all over. It's wonderful.
Oh, so what's next on the plate after this event? What's the next one?
I don't know. We've got sparkles. It's our Christmas thing. We've got
Christmas
and
is
it's an all day event. Also,
Is it like a parade?
Yeah, but they've got a parade. They've got all the merchants downtown Aztec are open, and the scavenger hunts, and then we have Santee, of course, and then our senior center's a great activity center, and they've got literally they bake sheets of gingerbread and give it to the kid, and you help really build a whole house. It's very cute, and then we have all the dancers and the choirs that are coming in. So it's a real cute event.
You stay
also.
very busy.
Very busy.
And you had retired?
I am retired.
You seem more
and I'm very
busier
tired.
now than you were when you were
just much more fun, before. I mean, and I was very busy in my job, but this is a lot more fun.
How excited. Well, thank you so much. We're going to keep up and we're going to follow everything you do. Do you have a personal Instagram we can follow you on too?
I don't do Instagram, so I'm going to say Events in Aztec, which is my...
On Facebook?
On Facebook.
Okay.
Events
in
in
Aztec
Aztec.
on Facebook. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for talking to us today.
My pleasure.
Okay, so tell our viewers who you are and what you do.
My name is Berj Apkarian. I am the Honorary Consul General of Republic of Armenia in Fresno, California.
And so you are kind of responsible for all of the fundraisers, everything good that kind of happens over there that we can help and donate to, right?
Absolutely. The consulate has been in effect since 10 years ago. And what we have been concentrating on building relationship between the Central San Joaquin Valley and the Republic of Armenia. And beyond that, we're helping Armenian communities in Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and other locations in the world.
So what is tonight's event? What are we donating money for, and why is that necessary?
Tonight's event is very important because what we're tapping into the younger generation. We're going to provide them opportunity to access higher education, academic endeavors, and expand their knowledge base so that they become more successful in their lives and ultimately help their nation and become better citizens of their countries.
What is the school system like over there? I really have no idea what they're learning and what's going on. So can you tell us a little about what's going on right now?
Well, life is, particularly in Lebanon, life is very difficult. There's socio-economic crisis over there between the war itself with Israel and the economic collapse in Lebanon itself. So our dollars become even more effective and more powerful in terms of reaching out and making a difference in people's lives.
And so a lot of people were asking, there's Lebanon, Armenia, whatever. I said, no, we're all connected, we're all together. Can you explain a little bit of that for our viewers that are very ignorant about all of that?
Well, Armenians are one nation, regardless where they are.
Right?
Within Armenia, United States, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Iran, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're one nation.
Russian.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, what we need to do is we need to support each other and we need to stand tall. We are so blessed to be in this country. So it gives us the opportunity to be much more responsible in our daily lives and effectively make a difference.
Last time I was here was in the 2021 for when we were raising money for the
Yes, after the war.
Yes, and so you were involved in all of that as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The 2020 war left a very bad scar in our lives. Since then, we are gathered to kind of get re-energized and do the right thing. I come back again and say we're so blessed to be in the United States of America. It gives us a tremendous opportunity to shore up our resources and to do the right thing in helping humanity, not just Armenians themselves, but humanity in general.
So I posted this a few hours ago on Instagram, some of what's going on, and people have already been hitting me up, blowing me up, and saying, where can we donate? And these are non-Armenians as well that are very interested and fascinated about where they can donate money to.
They can donate to Advance Armenia Foundation, which is a charitable, not-for-profit organization.
So is that your organization you're
Yes,
with, or that's just
I am
one
the
of many?
president. I am
Okay,
the-
so that's the main, okay.
No, I am, yes. I'm the president of Advance Armenia Foundation.
Okay.
And it's charitable, 501c3, not-for-profit, tax-exempt organization.
That's a big one, guys. Tax
Yeah.
exempt, come on.
So please open up your hearts and souls and make a donation to Advance Armenia Foundation. It's at 2753 Quincy Avenue, Clovis, California, 93619. It's all charitable. 100% it goes to where it belongs. There's no overhead, there's no staff, there's no cost.
And so I've been tagging you in all of my Instagram so people could see you. Are you good about telling us the next events? Are you good about being good on your social media about telling us the next?
Not as good as I should be, but however, though, this Friday, upcoming Friday, we're heading to Lebanon with 14 doctors to help them. It's the right thing to do for us.
Oh, that's other people as well that are looking at. Right now, we're very blessed. The Caucasians hosted this. They've hosted stuff in the past for us. If someone's interested in hosting, they can reach out to you on your Instagram as well and say, hey, we want to host an event for our next fundraiser.
Absolutely.
And all restaurants, it doesn't have to be a house.
Yes, it's whatever it doesn't have to be an event. And they can send a check, they can do Venmo, send the money, because it's the right thing to do.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming here and doing this for all of us. What's the next event after this? So you have the doctors that are going to go to Lebanon on Friday, and then what else is happening?
And then after that, we are going to Armenia with 19 additional doctors, where we're going to do a second medical international conference. And then we are going to provide care to the people, the needy people, without any cost to them, with surgeries, medication, supplies, everything.
I love that. And so you're kind of the liaison between Fresno and Armenia doing that. Who chooses what you guys are going to do next? And like all the charities you guys are donating to, is there like a committee? Is it you? Who chooses all that?
I have a team of doctors who sit as an advisory team.
Okay.
And I also communicate with the folks on the ground to organize and to figure out what to do.
Right. Okay, well that is so amazing. I love that. And thank you so much for sitting with us today and letting us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh, this was just so intimate, very beautiful, very classy. So what was the goal tonight?
The goal, this is a charity event, so the goal was to collect enough money to donate to Armenian school in Lebanon. So because the economic situation is so bad there, so the kids, they don't have even the price for the tuition for the school. So we're collecting enough money so in that school, all the Armenian kids should study for free.
And how did you get involved in all this, you and your wife? You guys did such a great job. I know you guys were such an integral part in putting this together. Tell us how you guys got involved in this.
Well, we are Armenian and we were looking for ways to help the Armenian community. And for years now, we go to medical mission. I'm a physician, so I go to a medical mission.
Oh, you didn't go on Friday?
I am going
Oh
on
my
Friday
gosh,
to
that's so
Lebanon,
cool.
yes.
Okay, so we just heard about that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you guys hope to do on Friday?
Friday we're going to Lebanon and we're going to the Red Cross clinic there. So just to help whoever is coming, not just Armenians, whoever is there. This is the third year we're going to Lebanon. And whoever comes, there were Syrians, Lebanese, different people. Whoever had an accident around that area comes in and just take care of them for free.
And what's that like over there as far as like their medicine and everything in the medical field, the doctors? How do you feel about, how does it compare to the USA?
It's a big difference. They don't have much resources. They don't have much medicine actually. Like medications, they don't have it. We take our medications with us. And we distribute it. People don't have blood pressure medications. We just give them whatever we can. They come. We have a medical doctor with us too.
Why is that? Why is there such a shortage? Like, what do we need to do to make it not be like that? Like, what can we as a people do?
We can't, as a people, do. It's the governments they have to do. There's a lot.
So you go in there and try to do what
politics,
you
which
can.
we don't want to talk
okay.
about it.
So it's a political thing. So you do what you can. When you go once a year, you just do what you can in that short period.
Correct.
Wow, that's such a challenge.
Yeah. So this event was inspired by that. You know, we're going. We have to get more charities, more money. One of the committee members, they know the situation in the Armenian school in Lebanon, and he was concerned and came up to us, and we said we'll do whatever we can. And Anita, my wife, was in the committee, and she put up all this decoration. She pays attention to details, and she likes everything to be perfect. And
it was so perfect, and that's why we took a lot of footage throughout the event.
Nice.
But we were so busy, we couldn't talk to you guys. We were busy, and that was what was so great. Everybody like really got down and helped, but everyone looked like they were having a good time. I didn't even know anybody was even working, but she was so effortless, like putting everything together.
Well,
so that's why we're at
the
the
last
end.
2 weeks I've been suffering, not seeing her much. And,
you didn't even matter at that point. You were
Yeah.
just whatever.
But it was worth it. We had a great time, and there was a good amount of money collected for charity.
And that's when people don't even understand like the sacrifice that goes through. It's not like you said the last 2 weeks or whatever, and now you're doing it again to go and help
Yeah,
people.
next
So
week
that's
we're
just like
going for 2 weeks.
it becomes a passion
It
after
is,
that.
it
Huh?
is. Yeah, I think we're like, this is our 8-9 minute mission. We go almost 8-9 years.
So when you go and help, you try to do as much as you can with giving some people some medications. And are you training the doctors a little bit in what they can do, or not really? Like, what else are you doing while you're there?
So when we go to Armenia and Lebanon, and this time is half Armenia, half Lebanon.
Okay.
So first Lebanon and then Armenia. I have trained some physicians in Armenia. In Lebanon, I'm a surgeon. I don't do much surgery there. I do work in the clinic, small procedures.
Okay.
There's not much training. They lack more equipment and physicians. There's not enough. Everybody left because of the bad economic situation.
Gosh, so they know what to do, but they have nothing. They can't give the
There's
medications
not
they
enough
want
physicians.
to. Yeah, so there's a shortage. They can't
shortage.
They can't prescribe because of politics, and then they don't have the equipment
Not
on top
because
of it.
they don't have enough money to bring medications to the.
So there's a shortage of equipment and medication.
And like
And doctors.
their economy is so bad. Imagine $1 is like 100,000.
Oh my gosh.
So
there's really only so much we can do.
correct. Well, we're doing whatever
But
we can.
I commend you for that. I mean, it's not a lost cause. You do what you can.
We have a honorary consul here for Armenia, Berj Apkarian. He heads the mission and has been organizing this for 9
We
years
interviewed
right
him,
now.
so so we got that. So can you tell us a little bit about we could donate and how to get a hold of donating? Is there anything else you can do on your end, on the medical end, that we can donate to? We know about this event where we can donate for the school. What about like medically? Is there anything we can do on that end as well?
Whatever, like as physicians, we know some people who ever have extra or a little bit older equipment. We're collecting those,
So
taking
that's
with
a big
us.
deal. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say equipment, like a CPAP machine, anything like that,
Any
anything
medical-
helps.
Anything helps.
That's really good because that's something we can do. Okay,
Yeah.
well that's cool.
Yeah, I collect surgical equipment and take it to Armenia usually.
And I heard somewhere that the the dental work is really bad over there. Why is that?
Everything is bad. It's
Everything
not
is
just
bad.
dental. Yeah.
I know, but I heard like there was even worse, like with as far as like I don't even know. Like I said, I need to go with you. I really would love to go
don't
with
know.
you.
Yeah, well, talk to Berj. He can arrange that.
I would. No, that's so great, and it is really good that because knowing that there's only so much you can do. I mean, that must pull at your heart when you go there, knowing that there's only so much you can do, and then you have to leave, knowing you meet these people and then you leave, knowing.
Well,
there's
I
only-
have. If I do a week and other doctors do a week or two, one person can't do everything. But if there's a group of people who do charities, there a lot of good can be done.
And especially every week we could do a different team of doctors. You
Yeah.
can imagine. So everybody that's watching,
Yeah.
you don't have to be, Lebanese or Armenian to do this. You could be anybody in America that just wants to
Yeah.
donate 1 week. Imagine, like, we could really do that. We could all donate 1 week. Every physician could donate
Correct.
1 week.
And there's a lot who want, but they don't have the opportunity or they don't know about the opportunity.
So you mentioned how your wife does a lot of these events. Where else is there a social media or website you guys have that we could look to see when you guys are doing a next event for any type of occasion like this, so we can kind of keep posted on that?
There's a personal one that she has that she posts for her friends whenever there's an event. It's
Everyone
more
can
like
all
a
look at it.
personal collections. It's not like
Well, anybody watching, it's like, oh, I kind of want to help. I kind of want to just be in the know. No
Yeah.
one's gonna stalk anybody. you
Well,
just kind of want to know how to help, or just look and. be in the
we
know.
did all this through the Advanced Armenia
Okay, so
Foundation.
just keep on following that. Okay.
Yeah, follow that. Most probably, if we do anything, it will be through that again.
And every time you guys go every year, you go through that as well. When you go to
Correct.
Lebanon.
Advanced Armenia. It's a non-for-profit organization.
And what do you do here as far as your doctor? Where are you at?
I work at Kaiser Permanente. I'm a bariatric surgeon, general and bariatric surgeon.
Oh, so you can get people all fit.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we don't need you, but if we need you, now we know where to go.
Yes.
No, you do amazing work, you and your wife. You guys are great people, and thank you so much for all you're doing for our community.
Well, thank you for the interview, and whoever is listening, if they can help, helping other people makes you happy. And it's always a good thing to help others.
And it takes so little. Like, we could just do, like you said, if we all just donated like one piece of equipment, a few bucks here and there, because one of us doesn't do that much. If we all do it together, it becomes a lot.
Correct.
So I love how you said that. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I am here with one of my favorite people. We've known each other for about 4 years, 5 years.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
On social media.
You've done a lot, so tell us a little bit about your career.
Well, I'm Hans Hernke. I'm an actor, producer from Orlando, Florida.
And director.
And director, yes. I like to call myself a proud Wisconsinite because that's where I'm from. I'm from Wisconsin. I never thought I would start a film career in Wisconsin, but I started it in Orlando, Florida.
Are you going to go to the premiere in Florida, in Orlando? I wanted to so bad, I can't.
I wish I could.
Okay, so we both.
And that's October 19th, isn't it?
I have such a busy day.
Yes, such a busy day. But Michael, he killed it in the film. He did such a good job.
I really wish I could go to support. So we're blessed to have you in California. Now tell us what you're working on.
Absolutely. Well, I've been out here since 2002, and I've been doing a lot of independent films. I'm a stand-in as well. I stand in on a lot of TV shows. The biggest one was Animal Kingdom, seasons 1 through 6. I do a lot of films overseas with my friend Stephen Smith. I just did 4 films in 2 weeks with him in Scotland, all shot in a castle that we stayed in, and it was insane. People were like, you shot 4 feature-length movies in 2 weeks in a castle? Yeah.
What a shitty job that is.
It was a lot of work and it was a lot of fun, but the castle was it was very interesting too. Was it
haunted?
Yes, I had a ghost camera set up every night to catch some stuff. And yeah, I heard some stuff late in the morning because, I was still adjusting to the time zone. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I hear a little kid laughing outside my door. I was like, hey, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep. And the sound went away. Just went away.
Wow.
But
oh my gosh.
a lot of other people had stuff happen to them, like they had scratches on their hands when they woke up, and people had sensations of them being watched in their rooms. There's like 15 bedrooms in this
That's
castle.
a violation. Who do you sue when a ghost harasses you?
I know, right? Who do you sue? I don't. The Ghostbusters? I don't know.
Okay, so no, it's cool. We've known each other for a few years. We finally got to work together, but not together. We worked in the same movie. So tell us how you got involved with the Pancake Man.
The Pancake Man. Well, I've worked with Michael Del Pia on a few films from Chris Sanders, and I knew about Michael's love of pancakes. So
who would have thought that it actually turned into a movie, though? That's kind of weird.
But it's brilliant. The concept was brilliant. So he told me that he's really good friends with Ron, and Ron was writing this script called The Pancake Man. And I auditioned for it. And I said, Michael, I really want to support you guys because I read the script and I loved the whole feel of it. I was like, I want to be in this film. One way or another, I want to do it. And Ron gave me the role of customer number 2, and he's like, your scene with the other guy opens up the whole film, and it's like your jokes start the whole film. So I was very honored to be a part of that, and it was fun. We shot a lot of the film before the strike happened, too.
I know. I came in after, and you came in before.
Yeah.
You're usually a closer, but for once you were the opener.
There you go.
No, but it was great to work with. You did great in that opening scene. That was the big scene that everyone's like.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And the food, we couldn't touch the food because you don't want to eat prop food.
You wanted to, didn't you?
I did. I love a good burger. But you don't want to eat prop food because it's been sitting out all day. So
were you surprised that it all came out? I kind of was. A lot of us were kind of surprised that it all came out. We loved it, but it was like, wow. I mean, you see the script. I know you were there, but it's still like something different when you watch it, right?
Yes, I loved every minute of it. I mean, this is my second time seeing it, and it just reminded me because I grew up during the era of Snatch, Lock, Stock, 2 Smoking Barrels, all those Guy Ritchie gangster films, and this had that feel to it. Like the villains,
right.
the bad guys, the crew that you guys were part of, it reminded me of those imbecile people that were in those kind of movies, like Snatch. There was the 2 guys that were causing robberies, and they were just so stupid at their job. Like when I watched the banter between all of you, it's like, yeah, it has that feel. So it was like it clicked with me immediately when I watched it.
I love that. So what else should we be watching out for? Well, I'll look at your IMDb, but what's the next thing that's coming out that you're excited about?
Well, the 4 films I did in Scotland, I'm still waiting for those to come out. I can't say the name of them, unfortunately. Not yet.
I'll follow you. How do we follow you on Instagram and Facebook?
Oh, it's just my name, Hans Hernke, H-A-N-S.
On Instagram and Facebook, okay.
H-E-R-N-K-E. And I also have a YouTube channel.
Where are you from?
Wisconsin.
Well, you have such like a European name.
I know. Well, there's a lot of Germans in Wisconsin. So my parents gave me this German name. And my grandparents were German too. And I'm a cheesehead for life. I'm a cheesehead for life. But, Devil's Night is coming out. It's a medieval film I did 2 years ago with the Mahal brothers. That was very, very fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then there's a pirate movie that they did last year as well. That's going to come out probably sometime next year.
Okay, so you're from Wisconsin, but your dad lives in Orlando? I'm confused.
Yeah, we lived in Wisconsin for a while. And then in 1994, my dad transferred to Campus Crusade for Christ, and they all moved down there. And my dad was in the cheese business. We were doing business with Sargento Cheese.
Oh, I love cheese.
I love cheese too. And then when my dad sold the company, I was like, Dad, I wanted to work for Hernke Cheese too. He's like, no. So we all moved to Florida, and that's where I discovered acting. And my dad and mom and my family lived down there ever since then.
To think if you never went to Florida, you might never be an actor. You'd be a cheesehead.
I would be still making cheese. I would want to work in the cheese factory. I mean, Sargento's always an option.
And now we just do cheesy films. That's awesome.
Yes. That's right. Well, some of my films are definitely.
Oh, some of mine are below cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I aspire to cheese. No, but that was so fun. We got to do this. And you have some cool stuff in the works. Are you going to keep us posted on social media about everything, your next moves? Are you good about that?
Yes.
Because I see a lot of your stuff, your war reenactments. I like that. I love your war stuff.
Thank you. When I'm allowed to post stuff, I get the green light to post it. All the Scotland stuff I'm still waiting on right now. Like there's pictures that I have on my phone. I'm like, oh, I want to post these, and the director said, not until the trailer comes out. I'm like,
I understand.
All right. Oh man. But yeah, a lot of my films right now are on Amazon and Tubi, like Todd, The Haunted Studio, which is really fun. Yeah, just type in my name. You'll see all my titles come up.
That's really cool. And then can you talk a little bit about something we're going to work on in the future, or is that top secret?
It's secret for now, but it's got a paranormal.
Him and I want to work on something in the future. We've been talking about this for years.
I know. We got to do it.
It's paranormal and childlike at the same time.
Yes.
Which is a very weird combination.
Yes, that is correct. It's got some weird elements to it, but it's, the veil is thinning, as they say, and lots of weird things that people are seeing and experiencing weird things now. And I mean, hey, I was in a haunted castle for 2 weeks. I had stuff happen over there. So, yeah.
Did you leave it all in the castle, or did you bring some of it back here? Or should I be next to you?
Oh, yeah. No, I left it all at the castle. When I left the castle, I said, thank you so much for letting us stay in your space, but you need to stay here. You cannot follow me back to Los Angeles. And everything was fine. Everything was fine back in L.A.
No,
yeah, it's going to be fun.
Cool. No, yeah. It's really great to see you in the flesh, because we've been social media pals, where it's it's really cool to see all this come to life. I can't wait to see what else you have going on.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we can work together again.
Yes.
On our haunted childish project. That actually sounded really creepy as I just said that. I should not have said it like that. That was weird. Okay, so everybody has to follow Hans
Hernke.
Hernke, that's how you say it.
That's right. Yeah, you said it right, Hernke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you, Sparkle.
And everybody's got to see the Pancake Man.
Yes, the Pancake Man.
Pan it.
Make sure you have some extra bacon on the side.
There's our director, Brian.
Yeah, there he is.
Everyone's got to tell him to put me in his next film. He knows what I'm talking about. That's all I'm going to say. Bye, guys. Okay, so thanks for talking with us today. Last time I interviewed a lot of the cast members I worked with. Today I'm getting to interview the cast members I didn't work with, which are the coolest dudes, because I did my hands for a while. You're cool. You have kind of the sexiest scene of the movie. We're not going to give too much away.
Wow.
So tell our viewers a little about who you are and what you do.
Who am I in the film?
In general, all of it, the whole arc of your career.
Well, my name is Paris LaLonde. And
where are you from?
I'm French Italian now.
Oh, that's hot. Okay, see, I told you the sexiest scene in the film, but and then we got that.
And I've lived in now 18 countries in about 35 years. So different work and so on and so on. Nothing glamorous, all work.
Oh gosh, was it like what you did in the movie? That kind of work?
Right, yes. So they better come and see the movie, and then they'll find out what that means. Now, but yes, it's a lot of that stuff from the traveling also gives me some background, for some stuff I do in the films. So, but being real about this, I mean, you're in it, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Right? It's obviously you stand out in the crowd in the film.
Well, thank you.
Which is why Braun got you in there. But as I was telling the guys, when you have a brilliant film, it comes down to the writing, doesn't it? If we are lucky enough to be in a film, it doesn't matter, big budget, low budget, it doesn't matter.
Writing is super important.
It's given the opportunity, which Braun did, for roles. Like you mentioned my role, and I wasn't looking for a big role. I just wanted a role that was serious.
But it's very poignant.
Well, it's meant to leave an impression, especially if you do so well with a film, that now you got sequels. Now you got to bring out a different level of people and, you know, your actors and such. But the guys did an incredible job representing those roles. Like, it's unbelievable. It is A-level acting, you know.
And you didn't know what to expect when you read the script. That's the funny thing. I think we were all a little bit in awe when we saw it, because you read a script and you don't know how it's going to translate.
Of course.
And the funniest thing is, like you were saying about the good writing, and what's weird, and I don't know what you noticed, there was a lot of good stuff that was actually cut out for timing and whatnot. There was so much more brilliant writing that was actually even cut out.
Well, you know, again, you know Braun, right?
Yes.
And, you know, I don't really like the guy. I don't really
Yeah,
like
he's kind
the
of an
guy.
asshole.
You know why he's an asshole? Because I desperately just try and do one thing right. Okay, don't give me a lot of lines. Can I just not embarrass myself on camera? Number one. If I can get away with that, I'm happy. But that guy, I'm in that scene, the bar scene, and I'm forgetting, oh shit, I gotta be ready too. I'm watching him doing his scene. He's an incredible actor.
He really is. I got to act with him before. It was amazing.
I said, man, why you're spending a lot of time and money and energy doing your film, but I get it, labor of love, right? Creative genius in that sense. But man, you could make so much money as an actor because it's that talent. So that's why I hate him, because he's already too talented as an actor, and then he writes that script, and he's written other great scripts as well. But it is, when you think about it, you know those films that the arc, the action, you're never like, oh, is this going to be over? Like, I was a little bit disappointed that it ended.
Yeah, it was nonstop action. That's one thing I tell people. I was like, I was
Very
really
good.
surprised about the nonstop action. And it's funny because when I met Braun, I didn't even know he wrote or anything. I just acted with him. And he was funny, he was brilliant. I'm like, whatever. Then you see that I can actually write, and it's a really great that you could do so much. He's very multifaceted.
Absolutely. And here's the big thing about that. There's a lot of movie with a lot of action. There's a lot of movies out there, a lot of action, right? And sometimes they spend more money on the action than the acting. The problem with that is, you know, if you have a bit of intelligence and you're watching something, and unless you're a 10-year-old kid, you're watching and saying, okay, nothing connects. It's just action. It's just a bunch of shit. With this, do you notice the storyline? The storyline just goes. It's connected. So that's what's brilliant. You've got something that's interesting on an intellectual level that, yeah, man, it's not just bullshit action. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I totally understand.
And Michael De La Pia, my buddy, again, less is more, right? How do you pull off that main character without hardly having any lines? You got to sell it.
That was a very fun character.
And he played it like as it was written, and so he was brilliant in it. So I am very fortunate because I'm in a film where there's a lot of better actors there that have really carried that film and, you know, made something of it. So
and I felt the
we
same.
can all be proud.
I felt the same way when I was at the table read. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah.
I had that moment of like, oh my gosh, am I even cut out for this? Because everybody is so good, and it's so good. It elevates us when everybody's like that.
I think this is not your first film.
No.
But I think what's good about it's what I say about roles. If you're a character role kind of actor, which that's more what I do, is character acting, like very specific kind of roles. But you know how some people try and do that and they can't pull it off. But for example, for you, it's natural. You are natural. It's just, you know, it's like, okay, the right role. And it doesn't mean you can't play an executive, does it, in a business suit? No. Because you're obviously used to being in front of a camera.
What else can we see you in? Okay, so you have an IMDb. Are you good at posting your stuff on Instagram and Facebook? What's your Instagram?
I am horrible. It's my daughter and my son.
Okay.
Remind me, Papa, you've done over 15
You need to
films.
give them your access to your stuff so they can post it.
And you're right. That is my Achilles heel.
So what is your Instagram?
So Instagram, what am I? LaLonde Paris. LaLonde, Paris, yes.
And then what's your IMDb then? We'll just
So IMDb is Paris LaLonde.
Okay.
So that's.
So we'll keep up with your career that
Right.
way. Do you have anything else coming out recently? I mean, in the next year or so?
Yes. Well, sadly, a month ago, I unfortunately couldn't make it for the premiere.
I know. No, there was a lot of events for us.
Absolutely.
I'm very sad I can't make it to the Orlando premiere.
Well, the other big film is called Dark Feathers. And Dark Feathers just came out in LA about a month ago. Crystal Fong, writer, director, she's the main character. And I love that character as well. Not a lot of scenes, but the storyline in that is incredible. So it's called Dark Feathers. Anyway, I play a badass in it. So, and I'm in a scene with Michael Madsen.
I love Michael Madsen. I want to see that. Okay, I'm gonna look out for this.
Dark Feathers. But unfortunately, this movie magic, I never met the guy. I filmed, he filmed 2 weeks later.
No.
We're on a telephone conversation. No. But he plays a great role.
Oh, I'm so gonna see it.
Yeah, there's an IMDb. I got a bunch of
Well,
stuff.
yeah, we didn't meet until after. We didn't film together, so.
Yes, but and I know you did some great work, like with your channel and such. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see you doing this, because we all know we are all still that proverbial starving artist, actor, and so on.
Especially during the writer's strike. Did you shoot your scenes before or after the strike?
Well, because most of my stuff is all independent film.
No, the stuff that in this film, because
oh no,
I didn't come in till after the strike.
Jeez,
I auditioned before, but didn't get hired till after.
Just last year, I can't remember now, to be honest.
We filmed in February, so if you filmed before February of this year, you made it before the strike.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so that's the interesting thing about how everything goes.
Absolutely, all the details, the little details that. Hey, wait, how did that?
I wasn't even cast. You see, I'm like, a lot of us weren't. We're like the main characters. We weren't cast till after the strike, and you filmed all of your scenes before.
That's it.
I didn't even think I was gonna get cast because he wanted me. He wanted me like over a year and a half ago, and I said, well, okay. Well, I'm changing my hair. Is this okay? I'm doing this. Is this okay? Nothing. And all of a sudden, you're cast. I need you here in like 3 weeks. I'm like, okay, done.
It is. And listen, I'm not saying this on a professional. Speaking professionally. In the film side of things, and I've worked on films with different directors and writers and so on, but it really is this kind of film that it doesn't matter if it's going to be on it should be in a lot of theaters, quite frankly, because the quality is there, and that's the big thing, right?
Well, quality is more important than anything, right?
That's why everybody has to feel really good and be very proud to be involved with this, because the level of writing, quality, the story arc, quality, it connects, it's connected, and then that much action in that film, and then the worst job. You know what the worst job is, right? And I'm guessing he had to do most of it with someone. Well, the cinematography, and because that has to match, and then the editing.
Right, editing is always a nightmare.
Oh my! Well, and it is like you said, there was so much more in there.
That we had to cut.
There was so much good stuff.
It was so much good stuff.
It's like, what do I keep? So, but this is a great setup for. I'm hoping he's going to do.
So, where do you live, Paris?
I live mostly out of Vancouver. So.
Nice.
Yeah, and aside from, I've done 3 films in the UK. And just about everything else been done here in LA, so it's a quick, and I just signed to do a big sci-fi next summer in Colorado.
I'm going to Colorado on Friday, so
in the mountains.
I love Colorado. How fun.
I've never been there, and it didn't matter. I was just like, and when they told me the budget, you're talking about a $5 million film.
Oh, I love that. I can't wait to, you better learn how to do your Instagram.
It's sad, right? Because it affects me, but yet.
Just get your kids on it.
I'm not
we got that.
savvy enough to know, okay.
But I'm excited to see all the stuff you're doing, and I can't wait to see Dark Feathers.
Yes, and then there's a bunch more guys out of the UK.
Yeah.
So Chris, who actually that one just came out with Vernon Wells.
Oh, I've worked with him before.
Okay, so
I have done a movie with him.
So the film Bring Me a Skin to Dance In, and that just came out on Amazon Prime Tubi. So yeah, that we filmed in LA and in England. Great film, simple storyline. I play a bit of a demon in that.
Oh, that's so hard to believe.
I'm a businessman. Actually, I'm a business broker, but I turned into a demon more towards the end because I want to kill Vernon Wells, my boss.
Oh gosh, I can't wait to see that. I love both of you guys. That's gonna be fun.
A lot of great stuff, and but again, this one here is kind of special because it's just a great kind of crazy storyline, isn't it? So, and you, again, great job.
You did a great job too. You're my favorite.
Your dude, Cyrus. It was like natural, right?
Oh God, it was so fun to work with him.
I see him now. And the other gentleman who played the funny part as well.
Oh yeah, Sarga.
And I'm thinking those guys just naturally, because Cyrus doesn't look like Cyrus.
Right.
Like in person, he's not like
right,
that.
Right.
So he really did a great job. I love it.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us today. Sorry. And everybody has to follow this man.
Sorry to rabbit on. I apologize. You know, I'm very excited. She made me very excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate the interview, and geez. Can I light up now?
Let's light up.
Thank you. And thank you.
Felt right in the moment. Felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it. Just wanted to take the time. Learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here. Oh, I must confess, dear. Don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do. And there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.
It's a mystery.